Upstage Theater Company was formed in 2000 to be family-friendly theater for Houston and surrounding areas. Artistic director Sean K. Thompson is thrilled and honored to be in cahoots with Darryl Barrow and the Woodlands Symphony Orchestra with a sumline blending of music and the bard. Sean is thrilled to announce that Upstage Theater is moving into the Woodlands along with a new name, Points North Theater Company. They look forward to announcing their new location and season soon. Tonight's performance was adapted and directed by Sean K. Thompson, music by the Woodlands Symphony Orchestra, directed by Darryl Barrow, produced by Upstage Theater Company and Friends of Shakespeare Houston, and fight choreography by Johnny Ringo. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Sean K. Thompson.
Thank you so much. Well, now you know who I am. It was a surprise. It's my honor to let you know that this is the final performance of Upstage Theater. After 20 years, Upstage Theater has now become Points North Theater. The Woodlands has its own theater coming up, so this is officially the first presentation of Points North. And this Christmas time, we'll be starting with the Christmas show. We'll be having auditions soon. I hope to see you all there. We have a table right over there. Go grab yourself some information about Points North. Join our family. It will be family-friendly entertainment all year long right here in the Woodlands. So, quick show of hands or vocally, who's never experienced Shakespeare before? Yeah. Don't be shy. Okay, with a yeah, who's not dealt with Shakespeare before? Yeah. Okay, who has dealt with Shakespeare before? Yeah. Okay, those of you know, turn to the person next to you and tell them it's going to be all right. Don't worry about the language. Try picturing knowing your favorite movie just from reading the script. You can't do it. Shakespeare's words were only the very first part of it. What we bring to you tonight with an astounding cast of volunteer actors and crew is MacBeth, Shakespeare that you've never seen done before. We're going to take you a few thousand years into the future when society is falling apart and one king tries to bring it all together, but then another king says, no way. You'll know everything that's going on, know that there will be some mildly upsetting scenes, but hey, it's Shakespeare. So there you go. I want to thank you so much for being here today and tonight for this one time only. Please tell everyone about Arts in the Park. We're here every year. This is our 5th year of doing a Shakespeare, and the audiences have been growing each time. We're so happy about that. And please, please send your patronage to Points North Theater Company here in the Woodlands. And now, ladies and gentlemen, MacBeth.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun.
Where the place? Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
It calls.
Anon. Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? He can report to seemeth by his plight that the revolt the new estate.
This is Fred MacDuff, who, like a good and hearty soldier, fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend! Say to the king the knowledge of the broil. Ask how to sleep it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spin swimmers that do cling together, choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel for you that. The multiplying villainies of nature do swarm on him. From the western isles occurrence and gall glasses is applied, and fortune on his damned quarrel smiling. Showed like a rebel's whore, but all too weak. For brave MacBeth, well he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, like valor's minion carved out his passage till he faced the slave, which near shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he enseamed him from the nape to the jack.
Thy cousin, worthy gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, Mark, no sooner justice had with valor armed, compelled these skipping courage to trust their heels. But the Noyan lord surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Yes. As sparrows, eagles, or the head of the lion, if I say sooth, I must report so, as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, or they meant to memorize another Golgotha, or I cannot tell! But I'm faint. My gaseous cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Rock.
What a haste looks in his eye. So should a man look that would seem to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point rebellious, arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell on us!
Great happiness!
That now, Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition, nor would we deign him burial of his men, till he dispersed at St. Colm's Inch $10,000 for our general use.
No more the Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
When he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
thou?
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I. All right, bewitched. The rump-fed Runyon cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master o' the tiger. But in a sieve, I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind,
Oh, thou art kind.
and I another.
I myself have all the others, the very ports from which they blow, and all the quarters that they know, in the shipman's card. I'll drain him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. Weary, say nights 9 times 9. Shall he dwindle, peak and fine? And though his bark may not be lost, it shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have.
Show me, show me.
Here I have a pilot thumb. Wrecked and homeward he did come.
A drum, MacBeth.com. The weird sisters hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, the stucco about.
Thrice to thine.
And thrice to mine. And thrice again to make up 9.
Peace. The charm wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to force? Why are these so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth and yet are on it? If you or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Blanc. All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail, Macbeth, that shalt get kings hereafter.
Then why do you seem to start and fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical or indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope that he seems wrapped withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me who neither beg nor fear your favors nor your hate.
Hail, hail.
Hail.
Lesser than Macbeth, and greater. Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though thou be none. So, all hail, Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Siddle's death, I know I am Thane of Blondes, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, and to be king stands not beyond prospect of reason. Say from whence you came, this strange intelligence, and why upon this blasted heath you stop us with prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
Whither are they vanished? The earth has bubbles as the water has. Where have they gone? Whither are they vanished?
What was corporeal melted, as breath into wind. Would they have stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the innocent prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And thinking of Cawdor too, but not so.
The self-same tune in words. Who goes there?
The king hath happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend which should be thine or his.
We've come to send thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And in earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. In which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Now whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help advantage, well, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, have overthrown him.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. I thank you, gentlemen. Do you not wish your children to be kings when those that gave me Thane of Cawdor promised them no less?
That entrusted home might yet enkindle you to the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange, and oftentimes to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths and win us with honest trifles to betray in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of imperial theme. I thank you, gentlemen. Cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, then why hath he given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If well, then why must I yield to that suggestion that doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thoughts, which are murderous in nature, shake so the solid state of manhood that functions is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, then chance can crown me without my stir.
New honors come upon him. Like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour run through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, you stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things remembered. Let us toward the king. Let us have by chance thought about what hath happened here, and in the interim, having waited, our hearts free to each other.
Very gladly.
On, friends, let us go.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they're not yet come back. But I spoke with one who saw him die that did report that very frankly he confessed his treason, implored your highness's pardon, and set forth upon a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him as a leading.
There is no art to find the mind's construction in the faith. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin! The sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy upon me. Thou art so before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more all can pay.
The service I owe in doing it pays its part. Your Highness's part is to receive our duty, and our duty is towards your throne, by doing everything towards your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known, nor less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and welcome thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My funniest joys are wanton in pleasure, seek to hide themselves behind drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, who we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland. From hence to Inverness, bind us further to you.
The rest is labor, which is not for your use. I'll myself be harbinger and bring joyful to hearing my wife of your approach. So humbly I take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step which I must fall down, or else o'erleap. Stars, hide your fires. Let not your light see my black and deep desires.
True worthy Banquo. He is so full, so valiant, and in his accommodations, I am fed. It is a banquet to me. That's after him.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned a desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, "Hail, king that shall be." This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Lungs thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature, it is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness shouldst attend it. What thou wouldst highly, thou wouldst holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'dst have great lumps, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishest should be undone. Oh, hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. Oh, what is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Oh, thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him? Who were it, so would have informed for preparation.
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up his message.
Oh, give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry home. Home. Great worthy Connor, greater than both, mighty all hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes tonight.
Oh, and when goes hence?
Tomorrow as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your fame, my fame, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall, to all our nights and days to come, give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak of this further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle nimbly recommends itself unto her gentle senses. See, our honored hostess. The love that we find sometime is our trouble, which we still thank is love.
All our service in every point, twice done, and then done double. We're poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Where is the Thane of Cawdor? We crossed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his brother. Oh, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs, themselves, and what is theirs in compt to make their audit against your highness' pleasure still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly and will continue our graces toward him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, 'twere well done quickly. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our own poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, I'm his kinsman and his subject, most strong against the deed. Then as his host, who should against the murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Have no spur to prick my intent, only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. And now what news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would not be worn so quickly, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Has it slept since and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou feared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
Written peace. I dare do all that may become a man. That who does more is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you? I've given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
What if we should fail?
We fail? Oh, but screw your courage to the sticking plates, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and wassail, so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. And when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie, as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great crown?
Bring men, children only. Thou undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Would it be received when we have marked with blood the sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and used their very daggers that they had done it?
Well, who dares receive another, as we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled and bent up. Away, and mark the time with fair assurance. False face must hide, but the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take me that too. There's a heavy bird that lies like on laid upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Give me my sword. Who goes there?
A friend?
What, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed, having been in great personality this evening. He has sent forth great largesse to your offices.
Being unprepared, our service became the will to the effect, and that was as good as enough.
All's well. You know, last night I dreamt of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think of them not. But if you have an hour in which we can entreat, there is some business of which I would like to speak with you about.
At your kindest leisure.
I would as good compose as the while.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, my bosom enfranchised and my allegiance clear. I shall remain counseled.
Good repose a while?
Thanks, sir. The same to you.
Is this a dagger I see before me? Handle towards my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou, fatal vision, as sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat of Rose's brain? Yet I see thee still, in form as palpable as which now I draw. Thou sure and firm-setted earth, hear not my steps, which they walk. For fear the very stones prate my whereabouts. Whiles I breath, he lives. Words to the heat of deed, too cold breath gives. I go, it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
Has made me bold. What hath quenched them has given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman that gives the sternest good night. Here's about it. The doors are open and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die. Alack! I'm afraid they've awaked and 'tis not done. No, the attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss it. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Is that her noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you scream?
When?
Now.
As I disbanded.
Aye.
Arthur lies in the second chamber.
God obey.
This is a sorry sight.
Oh, foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
One did laugh, and the other cried, Macbeth doth murder.
There are two lodged together.
One did say, God bless us all, and amen, said the other.
Oh, consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore I could not say amen, 'tis stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways. So, it will make us mad.
Before I heard one say, Macbeth doth murder sleep. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
What do you mean?
Macbeth shall sleep no more. Macbeth doth murder sleep.
Oh, was it that thus cried? Oh, my worthy fate. You do unbend your noble strength to think so brain and sickly of things. Go and catch some water and wash this filthy witness from your head. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleeping rooms with blood.
Oh, not go. To know the deed I have done, I dare not go there again.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Why goes that knocking? Why is it every noise appalls me? The great Neptune's blood. Oceans wash the blood from these hands. No. These hands will make the green sea red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed is best not know me. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking. I would if thou couldst.
There's a knocking, it seems. If men were a porter of Hellgate, he should have a turning the key. Knock, knock! Who's there? of Beelzebub. Here's a farmer, hanged himself on expectation of plenty. Come in town, have napkins and now about you. Here you wet boy. Knock, knock! Who's there? Hey, here's an episcopal. Here's an equivocation, ha! Who could swear on either scale, but both scales, but could not equivocate to heaven. Come in, equivocator. Knock, knock. Who's there? Here's an English tailor. Come hither. We're stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you roast your goose. Knock, knock, knock! Never a bite! Who are you? Oh, but this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil quarter it. No further! No further. I had hoped to land in some of all the professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon! Anon! Oh, I pray you remember the porter. I'm coming!
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late?
Hi, sir. Woo. We're carousing to the second cup. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of drinking.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, no fainting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir. It provokes and it unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but it takes away the performance. And therefore, my drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and it mars him. It sets him on and it takes him off. It persuades him and it disheartens him. It makes him stand too and not stand still. In conclusion, it equivocates him in sleep, and having given him the lie, leave him. Oh,
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
I sir, it did.
Is thy master stirring? It seems that we have awaked him with a knocking. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Tomorrow, Boo?
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
Not yet.
Well, he did command me to call timely upon him. I've almost skipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight will give it fame. There's the storm.
Well, I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
As he purposes.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and, as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams of death, and prophecies and accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events newly begotten to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night, and some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
was a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart can I conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Most sacrilegious murder hath broke open the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence life of the building.
What is it you say, the light?
Mean you his majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with the new Gorgons. Do not bid me speak. See, and then speak for yourself. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm! Murder and treason! Banquo! Donalbain! Malcolm! Awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look upon death itself! Up! And sleep upon the great dude's image. Malcolm. Banquo.
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parlay the sleepers of the house? Speak. Speak.
O gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would be murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo. Banquo, our loyal master's murdered.
What, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Dear Death, I prithee contradict thyself and say it is not so.
And I lived an hour before this chance. I lived a blessed life. And now, there's nothing serious in mortality. All of it toys. Renown and grace are dead. The vault of why? The Morlees, there's nothing left to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and you don't even know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood, the very source of it is stopped.
Thy royal father is murdered.
Oh, by whom?
Those of his chambers, as it seems. Their faces and hands were embadged with blood. So were their daggers, which unwiped we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No man's life is to be trusted with them.
Well, do repent me that I did kill them.
What?
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise and amazed, temperate in such a time? There lie Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, his gashes unmannerly breech. There lie the murderers steeped in the color of their own blood. Their daggers out, unbreaching him over and over and over again. Help me, Hex!
Look, good lady!
Why do we hold our tongues and most may keep this argument for hours?
What shall be spoken here? Where our fate may hid it in auger hole, rush in and seize us? Let's away. Our tears have not yet through.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet to question this most bloody piece of work to know it further.
Let us put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. Showing unfelt sorrow is an office that the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland I. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers and men's smiles. The near bloody.
Murderous shaft and shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, the horse. Not us to be dainty about our leave-taking, but shift away.
Know who did this more than bloody deed.
Those that MacBeth has slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, sons.
Stolen and fled, which put upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, thriftless ambition that will raven up thy own life's means. then 'tis most likely that the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Here's the comb kill, the storehouse of his predecessors, the guardians of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, I hope everything goes well there. Adieu. Lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
God's benison go with you, and all those that would make good of bad, friends of foes.
Thou hast it now, King, Cawdor, Gloms, all. As the weird women promised, and I fear thou playest most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there be truth to them as upon thee, Macbeth, then their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles and lift me up in hope? But hush, no more.
There's our chief guest.
If he had been for God, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all things unbecoming.
Tonight we'll hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon.
Aye, my good lord.
We would have liked to have your good advice in the day's council, but of that tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better, I shall become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
We hear that our bloody cousins are in England or Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide and filling their hearers with strange invention. What of that tomorrow? Are you the horse? Very well, adieu. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my lord. Time does call upon.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot. Let every man be master of his own time till 7 tonight. Sirrah, a word I pray. Attend you those men at our leisure.
Aye, my lord, they are without the palace gates.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep. He hath a certain wisdom that guide his valor, which act in safety. He chid the sisters when they first put the name of king upon me, and bade them to speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they made him father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, no son of mine succeeding. If it were for the issue of Banquo, hath the gracious Duncan I have murdered. But who goes there? Get thee to the gate and stay there until I call for thee. Was it not yesterday when we last spoke? Have you considered my speeches? Know that it was him in times past who have held you so under fortune, not, as you have believed, our innocent self.
You have made it known to us.
you find your patience so predominant that you can let this go? Are you so gospel for this good man, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and made you beggars forever?
We are men, my liege.
Aye. In the catalog you go for men. As hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, demi-wolves are all in the name of dogs. Now, if you have a station in the file and none in the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosom.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world, that I am reckless, despite what I do to the world. And I another, so weary with disasters and tugged with fortune, that I would set my chance on anything to rid it or...
Both of you know Banquo is your enemy?
True, my lord.
And thus he is mine. And thence that I, with your assistance, do make love, masking it from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command of us. And through our lives we shall
Your
remain...
spirit shine through you. Within this hour, I will advise thee where to plant thyself. Acquaint yourself with the perfect spy of the time, for it must be tonight. And something away from the palace. I require a certain clearness. And with him, leave no rubs or botches in the work. Leonce, his son, must embrace the same fate that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you straight.
We are resolved, my lord.
Get thee in. I'll advise you anon. It is concluded, Banquo. Thy soul takes flight. If it find heaven, it must find it tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
You say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Not had all spent, where our desire is gone without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Of sorriest fancies your companions make me, using those thoughts that should indeed have died, with them they sink on. Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. Duncan is in his grave. For light's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done its worst. No metal, no poison, no malice domestic, foreign levy can touch him further.
Gentle, my lord, sleep o'er your rugged looks. Be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
And so shall I, love. And so I pray you, have remembrance to Banquo. Present him eminence with both eye and tongue, and though we be safe the while, our faces become visards to mask our heart's deepest desires.
You must leave this.
No full of scorpions is my mind, dearest wife. Banquo and Fleon still live.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Prithee, come with me. Macbeth?
Then he needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our office and the rest to the direction just. Then stand with us. The west does yet glimmer with some streaks of day, now spur the lated traveler pace to gain in the timely end. And now, the subject of our watch approaches.
I horses.
'Tis he, and the rest, within a note of expectation, are already at court. His voices go about.
Almost a mile, as all men do, from hence to the palace gate. Make it their walk.
Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Then let it come down.
Treachery! Fly, good Fleance! Fly! 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 Thou mayest revenge! Oh, slave!
Who did strike out the light?
Not the way.
There is but one down. The sun is fled.
We have already lost the better half of our affairs. Well, let us away and say how much is done.
You know your own degree. Sit down. First and last, a hearty welcome. We will ourselves mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess will remain her state until best time, which we shall call her welcome.
Oh, pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends. For my heart speaks, they are welcome.
Be large in mirth. Drink. Anon, we'll measure the table round. Their orders, yes, of mine. There's blood on thy face.
Miss Banquo, then?
Better he without than he within. Is he dispatched?
Aye, my lord. Dead in a ditch he lies. That much we did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. There it's good he did the like for Fleance. But thou didst it, thou art the non-bride.
Most royal sir, Leonce is escaped.
Then comes my bid again! I had else been perfect, but now I am cabined, gripped, confined, and bound to saucy fears and doubts. But Banquo saith.
Aye, my lord. Satan is the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll come ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
A sweet remembrancer, good digestion, and an appetite wait on both.
May it please your majesty, sit.
Here have we our country's honored room, and where we are present with the likes of our Banquo, whom we will chance pity.
His absence lays blame to his promise. Please it, your highness, grace us with your royal presence.
The table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. Oh, what moves your majesty?
Which of you have done this? Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit! Worthy friends, my lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought, he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one too, that may look at that which may appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the ear-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Why, for shame! Why do you make such faces? When all is done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see here, look! If thou canst now, thou canst speak too.
What? Quite unmanned in folly.
If I stand here, I saw him.
Why, for shame.
There was once a time when the brains were out, a man would die. And now they rise again. 'Tis more strange than a murder is.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget myself. Muse not at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those who know me. Come, let's have some wine. Here, fill it full. There you go. Here, I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to Banquo, our good friend whom we do miss, were he were here. To him and all in all.
Our duties and the pledge.
About thy sight! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. There's no speculation in those eyes of which thou flare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom.
I dare do anything that a man does. Take any form of that, and my nerves shall never tremble. Hence, unreal shadow of mockery, hence! And thus, being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still!
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can this be? You think me strange? Methinks you can see these sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks while mine are blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
Oh, I pray you, speak not. Question enrages him. He grows worse and worse. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go. At once!
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
They say there will be blood. That blood shall have blood. What is tonight?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which?
I will tomorrow to the weird sisters. More they shall tell me, for I am bent to know the worst by the worst. I am stepped in blood so deep that were I to stop and return, as tedious to go over. Strange things I have in hair and hand, which must be acted on ere they scanned.
You lack the season of all natures.
Sleep. Come, will to sleep for myself, and strange abuse is the reason for my hard use. We are but young indeed.
How now, Haggett? You look angrily.
Have I not reason, beldams that you are, saucy and overbold? How did you dare to trade in traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death, and I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was ne'er called to bear my part, or show the glory of our art? And, what is worse, all you have done have been but for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves only for his own ends, not for you. But make amends now. Get thee gone, and at the pit of Ashron meet me in the morning. Thither shall he come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. I'm for the air this night I'll spend into a dismal and a fatal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon. Upon the corner of the moon there hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it ere it come to ground. And that distilled by magic sleight shall raise such artificial sprites as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes above wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Hark! I am called. My little spirit, see, sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me.
Come, let's make haste. She'll soon be back again.
My former speeches have hit your thoughts, which can interpret further, but only things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Mary, he was dead. The right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, Flayance killed, for Flayance flay. Men must not walk too late. And who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donald Bain to kill their gracious father, but damned fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and the thralls of sleep? And was that not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for it would have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say, he has borne all things well, and I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, which I pray heaven he shall not, they should soon learn what for to kill a father. So should Fleon. But peace. For from broad words and he failed his presence at the tyrant's hear Macbeth lives in disgrace. You know where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the dew of birth, lives in the English court and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing holds from his high respect. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the holy king upon his aid to wake Northumberland and warlike seaward, that by the help of these things, with him above to ratify the work, we may at last give sleep to our nights, meat to our tables, free from our feasts and banquets, bloody knives, do good homage and receive free honors. All which we pine for now. And this report hath so exasperated the king that he now prepares for some attempt of war.
And that might well advise him to a caution, to keep what distance his wisdom can provide.
I'll send my prayers with you.
What is thou looking at?
Sisters, round about the cauldron go, the poisoned entrails throw. Toad, that under cold stone, days and nights, 31. Sweltered venom sleeping got. Boil thy thirst in thy charmed pot. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Billet of a finny snake, in the cauldron boil and bake. Eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog, adder's fork and blindworm sting, lizard's leg and owlet's wing. For a charm of powerful trouble, like a hellbroth, boil and bubble.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Scale of dragon, tooth of wolf, witch's mummy, maw and gulp. Of the ravine, softly sharp. Root of hemlock, digged in the dark. Liver of a blaspheming Jew! Gall of goat and slips of yew. Slithered in the moon's eclipse, nose of Turk and tortoise lips. Finger of birth-strangled babe, ditch delivered by a drab, like this scroll dick and slab. Add thereto a tiger's children for the ingredients of our cauldron. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
Cool it with the baboon's blood. Until the charm is firm and good.
Oh, well done. I commend your pains, and everyone shall share in the gains. And now around the cauldron sing live elves and fairies in a ring, enchanting all that you put in.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes!
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand!
We'll answer. Say if thou would rather hear it from our mouths or our master.
Call him. Let me see him.
Come high or low, thy yourself that office deftly show.
Tell me thou no power.
He knows thy thoughts. Hear his speech. Say thou not.
Macbeth. Beware, Macduff. Beware the bane of fight. Dismiss me! Enough.
Thou is filled by fear, but one more thing.
He shall not be commanded. But here's another, more potent than the first.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Thus scorn the power of man. For thus shall harm them.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? Yet I'll make doubly assure thou shalt not live, and I will sleep in spite of thunder! But what is this that rises like the issue of a king, and upon its baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be light-mettled, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirators are. Macbeth shall never vanquish thee until great Burnham Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
Well, that will never be. Who could unfix the forest, make the wood, uproot its earthbound roots, sweep battlements? But yet, my heart throbs to know one more thing. If your art can tell so much, answer me this. Shall Banquo's issue ever take reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Answer me this, or eternal curse placed upon all of you. Thou too look like the spirit of Banquo. And but I had that crown that sears my eyeballs. Oh, filthy hags, why do you show me thus? Horrible sight. Oh, and now she points at me, and this is the things to come. What? Come in! Saw you not the Weird Sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air where they ride, and damned all those who believe in them. Was that not the galloping of a horse I heard?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, come to give you word that Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time has anticipated my exploits. I will surprise the castle of Macbeth. Seize, fight, lay edge of the sword to his wife, his maid, and all unfortunate souls in his line. Bring me to those gentlemen.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
Madam, you must have patience.
He had none. White with madness. With our actions do not, our fears do make him traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom! To leave his wife, to leave his bank, his mansion, and his titles in a place for whence himself does fly.
He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds will fight. Her loved ones in the nest against the owl. All is the fear, and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom, where the fight so runs against the reason.
My dearest Oz, I pray you school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further. But cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumor from what we fear, and yet know not what we fear, but float upon a wild, violent sea, each way and move. I take my leave. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. At the worst, things will cease, or else climb upward to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much the fool. Should I stay longer, it would be to my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave immediately.
Sirrah, your father is dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What? With worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird. Hast ever fear the net nor the line, the pitfall nor the gin?
Why should I, Mother? Poor birds, they are not set for it. And my father's not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How will that do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell him again.
I speaks with all my wit. And yet, a faith, with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye. That he was.
What's a traitor?
Why, someone that swears and lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
Must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone. must hang them?
The honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools, for there are liars and swearers enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
God help thee, poor monkey. But how wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. And if you would not, that's a good sign that I shall quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talks.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not known to you, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take the advice of some homely woman, be not found here. Hence with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I'm too savage, but to do you worse were foul cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you. I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I've done no harm. I remember now. I'm in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable and to do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, should I put up that womanly defense to say I've done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place someone sees where such as thou may find.
He is a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shaver!
Pariah traitor.
He has killed me, mother. I pray you run away.
Let us seek some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men, bestride our downfall and birth them. Each new mourn, new widow house, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland, and yells out like a syllable of Dover.
What I believe, I'll wail. What no, believe. And what I can redress, as I shall find the time to, friend, I will. What you have spoke may be so, perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongue, was once not honest. You have loved him well. He has not touched you yet. But something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up the poor, weak, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. a good and virtuous nature may recoil in imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. What you are, my mind cannot transpose. And angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. So all things foul would wear the brows of grace. Grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance in that same place where I found my doubt. Why in that rawness left you wife and child? Those precious motives, those strong knots of love, without leave taking. But I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonors, but my own safety.
Bleed. Bleed, poor country. Great tyranny lay thou thy basis. Sure. For goodness dare not check thee. Where the title is a bird. I wouldn't be the villain that thou thinkest, for the whole space in the time's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps. It bleeds. And each new day another gash is added to her wounds. I think there would be hands uplifted, am I right? And here in gracious England have I offered a goodly thousand. But for all this, when I should tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, my poor country will have more vices than before, more suffer, more sundry ways than ever by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself of whom I speak, in whom I know all the particulars of vice, so grafted that were they to be opened up, Black Macbeth would be as pure as snow, and the poor state esteem him as a lamb compared with my confineless arm.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in his evils to top Macbeth.
I'll grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there is no bottom, none, in my love for this. If such a one be fit to reign, then speak, for I am as I have spoken.
Scotland! Scotland! Fit to reign? No. Not fit to live! O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody scepter! When will thee see thy wholesome days again? Since the truest issue to thy throne by his own interdiction stands accursed, and does mean to blaspheme his breed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee, oftener on her knees than her feet, died every day that she lived. Fare thee well. I wouldn't... These evils that thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland! O thy rest. Thy hope ends here.
Macduff! This noble passion, child of integrity, has from my soul wiped the black scruple and reconciled my thoughts to your good, truth, and honor. Devilish Macbeth, through many of these trains, hath sought to win me into his power, and modest wisdom plucks me from over-credulous haste. But God above deal between me and thee. For even now, I put myself to thy direction. I unspeak mine own detractions, and here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself as strangers to my nature. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed before thy hear approach, gracious England has gone as good seaward with 10,000 warlike men already on a point we're setting forth. Now, wheel together. And chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. It's hard to reconcile. You come, sir?
My countryman, but I know him not.
It's my ever gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
I know him now. Good God, the times remove the means that make us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs, groans, and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked. Violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead men's knell is there scarce asked for who? And good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying, or are they sicken?
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How is my wife?
Why, well.
All my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant hasn't battered at their peace?
No. They were well at peace when I did leave them.
How goes it?
When I came hither to transport these tidings which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows who were about, which to my belief was witness the rather, for I have seen the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help! Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us old Seward and 10,000 men. An older, better soldier none in Christendom gives out.
Would that I could answer this comfort with the like. But I have words that would be held in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they is?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe. But chiefly pertains to you alone.
If ye mind, keep it not from me quickly. Let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard. Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes were savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner were upon the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
All my children?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
And I had to be away from Vince? My wife killed too?
I have said.
Be comforted. Let's make us strong medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, how kind! All! What? All my pretty chickens in their dumb. One fell swoop.
Use it like a man.
I shall do so! But first, I must feel it as a man. cannot but remember such things that were so precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful MacDuff! All struck for thee! Not that I am! Not for their own demerit, but for mine. They'll slaughter on their soul. Heaven rest them now.
See this? The whestover of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it!
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes. Oh, braggart with my tongue, but oh, gentle heavens, cut short all intermissions, front to front! Bring thou the feet of Scotland and myself within my sword's length. Set him. And if he escapes, heaven forgive him too.
This too goes manly. Come, we go to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leaving. MacBeth is ripe for the shaking. Heaven put on their instruments. Take what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
I have 3 nights walked with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I had seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, write upon it, read it, thereafter seal it, and then return to bed, all the while in the most fast sleep.
A great perturbation of nature to receive at once the benefit of sleep while doing the effects of walking. During this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not speak after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor to anyone, having no one to confirm my speech. Lo, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it sits by her. She has light by her continually. This her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their senses shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her head.
It is an accustomed action with her to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue it a quarter of an hour.
Here's his thought. Hark, she speaks.
Out! That spot out, I say. 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. My lord, a soldier and afeard? What need we fear? Who knows it when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in me?
Oh, do you mark that?
What will these hands never be clean? Before that, my lord, before of that, you are all with the start.
Don't you have known what you should not?
She has said what she should not. I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
The smell of the blood milk. All the perfume of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your head. Put on your nightgown. Not so fair. I tell you yet again, bedclothes. Mary, you cannot come out of spring. To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. 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 Ah! Give me your head. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. Oh, to bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her all means of annoyance, yet still keep eyes on her. So good night. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
Hey!
The English powers are near, led on by my older brother Malcolm, the brave Seward, and the good Macduff. Revenge is burning them. Their dear cause is wood to the bleeding and grim alarm. Excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood we shall meet them. That way they are coming.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane, he strongly fortifies. Some say he is mad. Others, that lesser hate him, call it a valiant fury. But 'tis certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking upon his hands? Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief?
Then who shall blame his pestered senses? Recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there.
Well, march we on to give obedience where it's truly owed. Make we our march towards Burnham.
Onward!
To Malcolm!
To Seward!
Yeah!
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. I shall not taint with fear till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? Fear not, Macbeth, for none of woman born shall ever have power over thee. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear shall never sag with doubt or shake with fear. The devil paint thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Where'd thou got that goose look?
There are 10,000
geese, villain?
Soldiers, my lord.
Thou cream-faced loon. Lily-livered boy. What soldiers, Wayface?
The English, so please you, my lord.
Take thy face hence! Satan! Satan, I say!
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news?
All of the murders was reported.
I'll fight till my bones, my flesh be hacked! Give me mine armor!
Not here. Yet.
I'll put it on anyway. Scour the country round. Send out more horses. Hang those who talk of fear. Give me mine armor. How goes your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is growing with coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory-rooted sorrow. Cleanse the stuffed bosom of the pernicious stuff that hangs so heavy in the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll have none of it. Satan, my armor, give me my staff. Doctor, cast the waters of my land. Find her disease, purge it to a sound and pristine health. Pull it off, I say. Doctor, what rhubarb, chyme, or purgative drug can make the English sour hence? Dost thou know of it, doctor?
Your royal preparations make us hear something, my lord.
Bring it after us, for I shall not fear death and bane till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that find chambers safe.
Ah, we doubt it nothing.
What wood is this?
The wood of...
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him, thereby to shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery ere and report of us.
We learn no other but that the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane and will endure our setting down before it.
This is main hope. For where there's advantage to be given, more or less have given him the revolt. And none serve with him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censors tend to true event, and push we on industrious soldiership.
The time has come that will with due decision make us know what we say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain things must arbitrate, towards which advance the war!
Hang all burner on the outside wall. They come, still is the cry. Our castle's strength will laugh the siege to scorn. There, they famine and the ague eat them up. We might have been careful and met them beard to beard and beat them backward home. What was that noise?
It's the cry of women, my good friend.
I've almost forgotten the taste of fear. There was once a time my senses would have been cooled to hear such a night's shriek. But I have supped with horrors, and my strangeness now cannot stop once I start. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, tomorrow creeps in this petty place from day to day to the last syllable of reported time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the path to dust and death. Life's a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I saw, but I do not know how.
Well, say it, sir!
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham Wood, and anon, methought I saw a moving wood.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it not be so. Within this 3 mile may you see it coming. I say a moving grove.
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree thou shalt hang. If thou speakest sooth, fear not till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane. And now a wood comes to Dunsinane. Ring the alarm bells. Come, blow wind, whack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. You'll leave these screens so down and show us those who you really are. You, my worthy brother, will lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and we shall take upon ourselves to do what's left according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
Away!
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must bear the course. Who is that is not born of woman? It is he that I should fear, or none.
What is thy name?
I'll be afraid to hear it.
No, unless thou may utter a name as any hotter in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself could not utter a name more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, the more tyrant. With my sword, I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou was born of woman. But swords I smile at, weapons left to scorn, brandished by a man who is of woman born.
wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot keep striking at wretched currents whose arms are hired to bear their state. Either thou, Macbeth, or my sword's unbattered edge I sheathe again for deeding. Let me have him! Fortune, nor I beg not.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on my own sword?
Turn hell out! Turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is charged too much with the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain, then terms can give thee out.
Which must not yield to one of woman born!
Spare thy charm, and tell the angel that still hath served thee, tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Accursed be thou who tells me so! I'll not fight thee!
Then yield! Thee coward, and be the show, the gaze of the time. We will have you, as our rarer monsters are. Painted on a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant!
I will not yield to kiss the ground a young Malcolm's feet, to be baited with the rabble curse. Though Burnham Wood do come to Dunsandang, and thou opposed be of no woman born, yet I'll find the last, and upon my body I lay my warlike shield, and have it thee, Macduff, and damn him who first cries, hold enough!
are safe arrived.
Some must go on. And yet by these I see such a day as this is cheaply bought. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutations in their mind, whose voices I desire to hear aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland!
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes, kinsmen, be now earls, the first that Scotland in such an honor ever named. And what's more to do, which is newly planted with the time, is to call back our friends abroad that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen. This, and what needful else, has comes upon us by the grace of grace, we shall perform in measure, time and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, we invite us now to see us crowned as scone.
Cordelia Barton and Rowan Cachemilia. Oriana Torres and Hannah Gilcrease. Lonnie Hicks, Monique Lott, and Monet Lott. Emily Young. And Liz Larson. Lizzie Camp, Amanda Abright, and Silas Wilson. Melissa Cummins and Heba Tulan. Liz Graven, Katrine DeBlue, and Natalie Lerner. Prince Banks and Jonathan Rosas. Mac McDermott and Shannon Murray. Ethan Garcia. Laura Cachemilio. And Johnny Barton. With music by the Woodlands Symphony Brass Orchestra. thank you for attending tonight's performance of Macbeth.